Access granted.
God, Church.
Perfect.
Man, I hope this video doesn't burn my tablet to the ground. Hey all, welcome to the crossover archive, and today I'm finally going to talk about those guest characters from Mortal Kombat 11. I wanted to wait until Spawn came. I'm glad I did because I have some words for it, despite the fact I'm only going to talk about Terminator, Joker, and Spawn. I'm going to talk about their endings and their implications. Are they canon? What does this mean for the map of fiction and MK vs DC 2? Stuff like that. With that out the way, let's start with Terminator. Okay, before I talk about his ending, I want to do a short review of the other crossover Terminator made. Terminator has recently crossed with Ghost Recon Breakpoint in a story mode-like event, not just a cosmetic, so this is important. The story was not that good, but I do appreciate that the Terminators were not just some misplaced Arnold model and that the girl was not Sarah Connor. Also, there's no loop in the timeline unlike the main timeline, so that's good. It's already better than Dark Fate. I don't know that much about the Ghost Recon universe, but from what I have seen, it's a slightly different world than ours. This could take place as an alternative reality and timeline to the main two Terminator timelines. The two I'm talking about are the ending of T2, where Sarah grows old having stopped Judgment Day, and the other is all the movies except Genesis and Dark Fate. I propose those two take place on a darker timeline, far removed from the main two, because they violated the moral and logical right of canon. If there is something that would disprove the connection between Terminator and Ghost Recon, please let me know. For now, I'll say they are connected parallel universes since nothing too crazy happened. Now let's move on to the Terminator ending, which was okay. The Terminator was accidentally sent to MK when trying to go to the past of his own universe. Space and time are connected, stranger things have happened, it's acceptable for now. When it comes to determining exactly which timeline of Terminator it comes from, it's harder because this Arnold model mentions both Skynet and Legion. This is only in the pre-fight dialogue, and since it contradicts itself, it's better to just say we don't know and ignore it. The ending itself makes sense. If a logical machine saw that the war between humans and machines would only end in mutual destruction, then just like in the movie War Games, the only winning move is to not play. The ending is acceptable. I don't know how the Terminator hid the hourglass, but he did a good job in hiding himself. That's fine, but the slight issue comes up when you think about the hourglass itself. This hourglass should only affect the MC multiverse, seeing only their timelines. It's highly unlikely that the Terminator was seeing possible wars back in his own universe. So does that mean a Skynet-like entity can be made on Earth realm? If so, then that would be an interesting side story to tackle. Oh, but wait, MK11 reset the timeline. Guess that storyline is not going to happen. Next we have the Joker ending. Does it really matter? DC vs MK and the Injustice guest characters make the possibility of DC and MK being connected go through the roof. It's highly likely that they are connected, so this ending is fine and fits into the map. Sad, it still gets wiped out due to the MK11 ending. I guess this version of Joker is either dead or back in DC with a memory wiping headache, having been through a timeline reset. Finally we get to the man of the hour, Spawn. I just want to say they did a great job in implementing Spawn into MK. His interactions are funny, brutal, and his design looks so damn good. I was worried that the ending would be horrible, but it was okay, probably the best and most sensible of the three. Spawn, and based on dialogue, Hell King Spawn, would definitely destroy all in his path. Recruiting Scorpion and Sub-Zero to conquer the 10 Hells, makes sense for his character as far as I know, and possible for him to do. However, this too is erased due to the ending of MK11. Surprisingly, the endings of Joker and Spawn make me glad that they reset the timeline. Can you imagine Spawn and Joker running around the multiverse with an army? They would have to make a comic line to explain how that ended. The implications of them just running around like that would be too large to ignore. Now to the question, what are the chances of this being canon? Well, the chances are fairly high due to Joker having crossed with MK before already. Terminator and Spawn have already crossed with DC before, so by proxy it's not far-fetched for them to end up in MK. All three endings are reasonable enough and don't break character or the world too bad. I would say that the chances of this being canon are high, still gets wiped out due to the MK11 ending, so in the end it doesn't matter. I'll end this video explaining how I think pre-fight dialogue should be used when dealing with crossovers. Most of the time dialogue in fighting games can't be trusted, but they can help with figuring out which version of the character is present if nothing else is available. That's the only thing dialogue can do for crossover characters. Other than that, ignore it because they can say some pretty stupid stuff. For example, if dialogue tries to redefine a character or location. For example, if dialogue suggests that a location in Universe A is actually somehow the same location in Universe B. Only believe this if the evidence or the possibility of this is overwhelming. With that, I'm done.